today is on marriage. The thought today is on the way we get married these days. Now, me as a pastor, I'm told by the state that I have to say, by the power invested in me by the state of, in whatever state it is, that's not getting married in God, in the eyes of God. So us pastors are not to say, by the power invested in me by the state of whatever state you live in. You're supposed to say, by the power invested in me by God. And let me ask you a question. If we're married in a courthouse, what does the judge say? Is the judge ordained by God to give marriages? Well, he sure don't sound like it, because he won't say, by the power invested in me by God. If the power that is invested to give marriage is not by God, then it's not in the eyes of God. So how many people are married in these courthouses are not really married in the eyes of God? So how much fornication and adultery is really going on? That is a question that you need to ask yourself. Where did you get married? Did you get married before a pastor that acknowledges the fact that the power to marry one soul to another was given to him by God? Or did you get married by a pastor that only acknowledges that the state that he lives in gave him the power, which there's no power at all? It's his words. In order to intertwine two souls, two flesh, in order to do that, you need the power of God. Without the power of God, there's no union. There's no intertwine. They're not intertwined. So I'm asking you today, beloved, where did you get married? If you didn't get married in a church of God, in a church where the pastor acknowledges where he got the power from, then I suggest you and your husband go back and you find a church and you ask him to remarry you in the eyes of God. If you got married in a courthouse, I don't believe that you're married, because the same thing applies. This is what we have to agree upon. Us as a church, we have to know that God gives us the power. God gives us the glory. Not the state that we live in. Not the country that we live in. The state is nothing. The country is nothing without the power of God. So I suggest you get married in the eyes of God today, or else you're living in sin. You're living in fornication or in adultery. I thank you all for listening to my pastor's thought today, and y'all have a blessed day.